I was closing up my food truck at midnight when a man dove behind my counter and whispered, "If they ask, you never saw me." 10 seconds later, a white pickup rolled slowly around the corner with its lights off. Two men inside, scanning the empty lot. The passenger leaned out and looked right at me. "Hey, you see a guy run through here? Skinny, gray hoodie?" I pointed my chin toward the highway underpass without letting myself think about it. "Somebody ran that way a minute ago, moving fast." The truck peeled off. I stood there with a spatula in my hand and my heart going like a jackhammer. The man crawled out from behind my fryer station. In the light of my heat lamps, I got my first real look at him. Mid-20s maybe. No jacket in 40-degree weather, work boots with no laces, and his hands. His hands were wrecked, split knuckles, blisters gone hard. The hands of someone who'd been working outdoors every day for a very long time. "Please," he said. His voice cracked on the one word. "Please, I can't go back there. My apartment is above the garage where I parked the truck." I got him upstairs, locked the door, flipped the deadbolt, and dragged a chair under the knob, which I'd only ever seen in movies. My hands wouldn't hold still. "What's your name?" "Emilio." He was staring at my kitchen table like it was a museum exhibit. I realized he was staring at a bowl of fruit. I handed him the whole thing and he ate 2 bananas without speaking, shaking the entire time. Then he told me he'd answered a job ad 14 months ago. Farm work, housing included, 3 states away from his family. The housing turned out to be a trailer with 7 other men. The pay turned out to exist only on paper because rent, food, and transport fees got deducted until every paycheck came out negative. They owed money they could never pay off, working sunup to sundown. The crew boss held their IDs in a lockbox. Anyone who talked about leaving got reminded that the company knew where their families lived. "There's no fence," Emilio said, staring at the fruit bowl. "People think there has to be a fence. There doesn't. Tonight, the lockbox had been left open for 5 minutes. He'd grabbed his ID and run 4 miles through drainage ditches. I called 911 and told the dispatcher everything. The truck, the plate I'd memorized, Emilio's description of the site. She told me to keep the doors locked, that officers were en route, and to stay on the line. That's when headlights swept across my window. The white pickup was back, parked across my driveway, doors slammed, then boots on my outside stairs, and a fist on the door, hard and friendly at the same time, which is its own kind of terrifying. "Hey buddy, sorry to bother you so late. Our cousin took off. He's got some mental health issues. We just want to get him home safe." Emilio pressed himself into the corner behind my refrigerator. He wasn't crying. He was doing something worse, going completely silent and still, like a person who has practiced disappearing. "Nobody's here," I called back. "Told you." He went toward the underpass. A pause. Then the doorknob turned. Slow. Testing. The dispatcher's voice was in my ear. "Officers are 90 seconds out. Do not open that door. We know he came in here, man." The friendliness was gone. "Open up and there's no problem." The door shuttered. I put myself in the little hallway between them and Emilio and grabbed the fire extinguisher off the wall, which was the only heavy thing I owned. Then, sirens. Beautiful. Ordinary. Getting louder. The boots went down the stairs 3 at a time. An engine roared. Tires barked. And then a voice on a loudspeaker filled the whole block. And through my blinds, I watched 2 men get proned out on my driveway next to their truck. The officers who came up were followed 20 minutes later by 2 investigators who took one look at Emilio's hands and his story and started making phone calls. One of them told me the labor camp matched an open investigation, that there were at least 7 more men out there, and that a search warrant would be executed before dawn so nobody could be moved. They were, all 7. I found out a week later. Emilio called his mother from my kitchen at 2 a.m. I don't speak much Spanish, but you don't need to. She was screaming his name and crying, and he was holding my phone with both of his ruined hands like it might fly away. Before the investigators drove him to a victim services center, he stopped at my door. "Why did you point the other way? You didn't know me." I didn't have a good answer then. I still don't. He works 2 counties over now. Real job, real paycheck. Every few weeks he shows up at my truck around closing. His meal's free. He tips anyway. I've stopped fighting it.